From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher, and their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher, and our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Scripchuk. Their mission: to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Miss Vicki.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
What is that?
Well, you know how we have the One Lap of America coming up?
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it'll be even more exciting if you get to go, but we'll get you there in a year or two. Tough to get away for a week, both of us.
Yes.
So I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of hooking up the Sentinel system in the car we take.
Really?
Because then you could watch us. You could see Tim drive well and me drive poorly.
I think that's kind of a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. So, I mean, how would I do that?
Well, I mean, with the Sentinel, you throw it up on the tube of views on our channel, and you could watch remotely. And if we wanted to, we could do it as we're driving between the tracks. But we'll definitely do it on the tracks. You think that would be fun?
I think that would be a really cool idea.
The only thing that worries me is if we do it with the telemetry.
Uh-huh.
You might call us up and tell us that we need to go faster than 55 when we're on the track. So,
well, how does it work?
Well, we have the little aim telemetry in the car, and then the Sentinel system has either 2 or 3 cameras, and then it puts the two together, so you get all the telemetry and all the car data, and makes that part of the video, and then it puts it into our YouTube channel, and then you could watch it, or anybody could watch it. I don't know why they would watch us, but they could.
That sounds like a really cool idea.
Yeah, it might be fun.
Might be fun.
You think you want to see some of the debacle? I mean, some of the devastating driving that we do.
I think I'd like to see you on one of the tracks at Road Atlanta,
well,
or at One Lap America, for sure.
Well, so we could do that for each of the tracks, and if we want to, we could do even a remote video while we're sitting in the car driving between tracks, eating fried chicken, making fun of each other, whatever.
Okay.
I have a feeling our food is going to be let's go with not 5-star, shall we say, for this entire week. So, but you think that would be fun? You'd want to watch that a little bit?
I think I would. Really would.
All right. I guess I have a new project. We're putting it in the new One Lap car.
I like that idea.
And streaming.
All right.
Right. You know what I think? I think our listeners could get some value out of this too, because what they do is they go to our YouTube channel, they watch these videos that we put up, and like around sleep time when they're trying to go to bed, and they'll definitely fall asleep. It won't be any problem. It'd be like a lullaby.
They can also write in suggestions in the comment section. Yeah. Please comment.
Yes. Excuse me, Bill, the track went to the left, yet you turned the wheel to the right. Could you please explain? And I will come back with a reply saying, it's a very advanced concept. I'm not sure you're up to it. otherwise known as we haven't finished putting our sim together and I didn't know which way the track went. But anyway, I think that's going to be a plan, my dear.
I think it's good.
All right, very well. One Lap of America, Sentinel. Made for each other. Welcome to Dominating with Dawson.
No. It's not, I don't think we have Dawson this time. We have Jeremy Hall.
Oh, wow. And has left the building.
That's right. Well, when we do our Dominating with Dawson sessions, we often like to have a quick story time. And I thought we could take advantage of story time. I'm not sure if Jeremy's seen it, but I think he might have. If he hasn't, we're going to have another subject to talk about. I wanted to talk about a documentary that I just saw a few weeks back called Hoopties.
Oh yeah.
Is that documentary about 24 Hours of Lemons?
Uh-huh.
And it became like the Jeff Wakeman show or something like that?
Yeah, the Jeff Wakeman, not a Jeff Wakeman, the Jeff Wakeman.
Okay. No, I have not seen that yet, but I heard that it was very well done.
It was very well done. We need to have them on the podcast. But so, Miss Vicki, what was your thoughts on this?
It was fun to watch because, it allowed us to just basically see our tribes, our people, and doing what we do.
No, can I ask a question about it?
Well, since you didn't see it, you're apparently not going to answer anything, so you might as well ask questions.
So now I know that when we're at the racetrack racing, and we do a lot of Lemons races, we kind of get wrapped up in the moment.
Yep.
And you don't notice a lot of other things going on, especially if you have to work on your car. You're rushing to try to fix it. Did that documentary allow you to see a lot more of what goes on with other teams and what actually, a lot of the stuff that you miss? Does it allow you to see a lot of that stuff?
So,
or did it open your eyes to like what other teams are doing or what's happening at the racetrack that we're obviously missing?
So it wouldn't be our podcast unless we made it all about us, right? So they recorded, the first recording they did was at our first ever Lemons race. It was at NJMP 6 years ago. And then they also recorded at Thompson that year. And then they recorded at New Hampshire that year. And they kind of followed, I'm going to say 3 teams primarily, and then a little bit about everybody else. They followed 3PM's at that time, Giraffe car. And they followed Tom's Volkswagen. And then they followed Yuri's car. And those were kind of the focal points of the movie, because it was originally going to be just a little short. And then it came in, I think it's a little over an hour now. It's actually a full documentary.
Wow.
So they went through some of the ups and downs involved with Lemons and some of the stress and endurance racing in general. And then they talked about Lemons as well as endurance racing and the fun that Lemons can be and the idiocy that Lemons can be in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really fun to watch it. And it was very well done. They took some liberties, obviously, because, you can't have a linear story if you're taking shots from 3 different racetracks on the same, description. Yeah. But, nobody's going to notice that somebody's into it. I think it did a really good job of showing what the fun is and what the excitement is from strictly the track side perspective, not the paddock side perspective. They didn't really get into that.
Okay. All right. So, okay.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Without giving away a lot of it. What am I trying to ask here?
Well, Tom was going for a B class win.
Okay. And
this was after he had some family health issues in his family.
Okay. Okay. So that was when he was trying to go for that big win. Okay.
Right. And then 3 Pedal was going for their first ever overall win.
Overall. Right. So without giving away, did it really indulge and dive into that?
It did.
Okay.
And then it also went through Yuri's team. I think they were going for a C class win.
I think that one. Was it his first one or his
the yellow one?
Like
the Opal?
Yeah.
His first C class or his 17th C class win?
It's one of those. Future podcast guest Yuri. And then they had some other stuff around there, and it was fun just to see. And the weird thing was, even though it wasn't that long ago, the people looked different. The cars were very different. Like the Cheaties cars wasn't a Cheaties car. It was pre-Cheaties.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Definitely worth the $8 or whatever it was to buy. I mean, I think I bought it on 2 different platforms. So,
okay.
It was good. And I think it would be a really good entryway for 2 different things. One, if you think somebody would like to do what we're doing, but they just don't understand it, it would be a nice entryway to show them, hey, this is what we do. And then the other thing, it would be for the people who you try to explain it and they just don't get it.
Right.
Might be a good way to show them. And you never know. They may end up saying, that looks dumb.
Seems fun.
I want to do that.
Yep.
And we may
stupid
get somebody
fun.
else. Stupid fun.
It's stupid fun.
So Was the guy's name? What was his name? Jeremy something, right?
I think it was.
Yeah,
I'll look it up
yeah.
while we're on.
So, I mean, obviously the first name, and he must have done a fantastic job. No, should we try to get him on the podcast and talk about that film?
I think we should. He's been on a couple podcasts. So, Jeremy Berger.
That's
Jeremy.
it. Yep.
Jeremy Berger, come on down. You're the next future guest on the Garage Heroes in Training podcast. Available everywhere.
So you said the film really showed from the track side, not so much the paddock side. Now, did they show a lot of racing, or was it
a good amount?
A lot?
And some of the strategy too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely strategy was taking place.
Okay.
Which
Now,
was very good.
Okay. Now, in that strategy, I do have to ask, because I hear a lot of people talking about it. And in Lemons, it doesn't really exist very often, but in that
Not till
strategy,
Sunday.
did they talk about the racing line?
No.
They talked
Okay.
about fuel conservation.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
And they talked about the importance of pit stops and timely pit stops.
Timely pit stops, especially on yellows.
How 2-minute pit stops are much better than 8-minute pit stops.
Roughly
Well,
4 times better. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was, if you have a consistent double yellow happening, that's the time to call your people and say, hey, we're coming in now.
Right.
So that made a ton of sense. And that's just something I really didn't think about. So I actually learned a little bit of something.
The thing I liked is, we're kind of, on a scale of 1 to 10, we're kind of towards the harder core side of the world in this subject. But I think it was a very well done documentary for newbies as well as us. It had something for everybody. It's kind of like a good children's animated show, right? It's got something for the parents and the kids.
So something kind of like the film Moana.
What The Rock did not show up. I'm going to take that. Just
okay. All right.
He didn't come in.
He didn't come in. Okay. All right.
But I'm hearing rumors he's in the second one.
Okay. Perfect. So it's a must watch. Is what you're saying? It's a must watch.
Mr. Johnson, if you wish to try your hand at Lemons Racing, Garage Heroes in Training at gmail.com, and we will make a seat for you. We will even figure out how much food that you need, because I've seen you on cheat days, and man, you pack away the food. Open seat for the Rock.
Yeah. We'll even modify the car so you can fit in the darn thing.
We'll make a new car that you can fit in.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. But yes, Jeremy, to your question,
it's a must watch.
I think so. When it comes to doing what we want to do, or getting involved in racing, just
or explaining
in general,
it to somebody like your mom.
It is a good starter.
Good. Okay.
I think you'd have a good time with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch it. I just haven't had the opportunity to do it. So.
What have you been up to, Jeremy?
A little this, a little bit of everything.
You have a very scheduled life right now.
I do, and it's gonna get much worse here in the next 4 days.
Can't get much worse, Jeremy. There's a limit.
No,
you can only have 7 days worth of work in 7 days, Jeremy.
No, now we've got 7 days worth of work followed by 6 days worth of baseball.
Oh, baseball's back. Yeah, baseball's back.
I love it though. I love it.
How old? How old?
10 and 8.
So we got 6 more years until we get him in a race car. Okay, very well.
Yes, and he's been asking. So this film may actually help. He's been asking for a go-kart. I think he wants a shifter cart.
Well, we had a episode on shifter carts.
Perfect.
Couple back. That is not where you start, sir.
No.
I'm not even sure that's where we would start, sir.
No. He just wants to go fast.
Yes, I know.
He wants to go fast.
We talked to a couple that we're friends with, and shifter carts are no joke, man.
No, they are not. They are, they're not for the faint of heart, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
So back on the subject, if anybody wants to get involved in Lemons, like you said, definitely see the film.
Or they need help explaining it to somebody, because sometimes it just doesn't sound like like let's go back. Vicki and I, we did our first ever race. And the one question that we got, which was, part of the reason why we started the podcast, was people did not believe that we were allowed to go on a racetrack. Like, that's not something a normal person could do.
Oh, but it is.
It is.
But it is.
And it's so much fun.
Yes. And after you do it once, please, I recommend that you go to an HPDE, get real instruction.
Yep. We would have if we knew what it was.
Get as much knowledge as you can, because the more information you have, the safer driver you are, the safer it is for every single person on the racetrack.
Knowledge is power. And as Miss Frizzle said, take chances, make mistakes.
That's right.
Just don't do it on the racetrack.
Just don't do it on a racetrack. Little ones are okay.
Correct.
Very well. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.